What is going on, guys? In this video we'll be looking at the Mamba Wireless Gaming Mouse by Razer. I've been using this for about 4 months now. Let's dive right in. First off, let's see what comes inside the box when you buy the Mamba Wireless. Inside, you get the mouse, of course, along with a manual, thank you message and stickers. In terms of accessories though, you'll also get a cable caps and an adapter. Next up, the build. For my hand, the Mamba fits perfectly. I prefer using the palm grip pretty much always, regardless of whether I'm gaming or casually browsing. The claw grip is also very usable with this design. Fingertip grip is fine, except for side buttons which cannot be reached. On the side of the mouse, there is a rubber rest for your thumb, which is very comfortable and doesn't seem to collect much dirt. The scroll wheel has audible feedback, and I personally like the look of the rugged rubber surrounded by RGB. The main and side mouse buttons have a satisfying responsive click. Both side buttons are large enough to be easy to press, but have enough resistance that you don't accidentally click them. Here is what all the buttons sound like. The mouse itself is quite light but doesn't feel cheap. However, if you prefer a heavier mouse, then you might want to look at the G502, which allows you to change its weight. You can use the Mamba Wireless as a portable mouse you can take to work or study. However, it is a tad larger than mice advertised with that specifically as its purpose. To use the mouse, all you have to do is switch the power on and plug in the USB receiver into your computer, and you're good to go. The receiver is stored underneath the mouse in an easily accessible compartment. Of course, you can also use the mouse wired with the included micro USB cable. The cable is braided and about 2 meters long or 7 feet. The micro USB at the end of the cable has small bumps which allow the cord to be plugged into the mouse securely, and they are very effective. I haven't had any issue with the cable coming off when the mouse is wired. On this point, the mouse is recharged through the cable, so you can use the mouse while recharging it. If using wirelessly and the battery is low, less than 5%, the RGB will flash red until you plug it in. The battery can also be checked through the Razer Synapse software, which I'll touch on later. The battery life on this mouse is very good, and it's advertised at 50 hours. Due to my high usage, I wasn't able to hit 50 hours, but your mileage may vary depending on your settings. There is a custom setting where you can have the mouse go to sleep after a certain time of inactivity to further extend battery life. Luckily, the great cable is easy to use with minimal fuss. You might be wondering why there's an adapter when you don't need one to use this mouse. Well, I was confused as well, but looking at the manual, I learned there was actually an extender. Basically, if you want to extend the range of your mouse, then you can connect the cable to the computer and the other end of the cable to the extender with the USB receiver plugged in. There is a rubber grip underneath the extender to prevent sliding, but I don't find it very effective since it's too light. I don't use it in my setup, and I don't think many people will use this feature either. On the back of the mouse, there's a profile changer button above the power switch. This allows you to store up to 5 profiles on the mouse, so you can use the same settings on other computers which don't have the Razer Synapse software installed. These profiles can be changed through the software too. The DPI button have default values out of the box, but they can be changed. I personally don't frequently change my DPI, so I've set it 800. By default, there are 5 stages set at these values. I didn't have any problems with any obvious latency issues. The polling rate can be set to 125, 500 or 1000. Other features of the Razer Synapse include lighting, calibration and power. Overall, I found this mouse to be a great purchase, especially if you can get it on sale, since it's now an older model. If you want something more flashy or with more programmable buttons, there are definitely other options that will be much better suited. However, as a simple yet trusty mouse, this is definitely a good buy. With RGB, wireless functionality and onboard memory to store settings, you can't go wrong with the Razer Mamba Wireless. Hit me with any of your thoughts and questions in the comments below, and until next time, don't forget to keep it real.